It's only when you lose someone you realize how precious they are. Till then you take them for granted. I pray that we will never lose His presence to understand what we lost.
Yes.
Because we may not get it back. You see, Saul never got it back. He could have done anything. Esau never got it back. He could have done anything. But we don't want to miss God. You know, a lot of people throughout life, they decide how to spend their new year, right? And some people want to walk with velvet slippers because it's a cool ride. They're walking in daddy's footsteps and daddy gets all the cash and life's always like that and they never quite grow up. You know, you met people like that? 30 or something, 40 or something, still living in daddy's house, daddy's giving them food, daddy's giving them, they're not going anywhere. Those are like, you know, velvet slippers. One day they're going to get up and everything's going to be pulled out of them and they're going to down right in. Go, oh, what happened? I never grew up, that's what happened. But the rest of us who live in a normal world, the way God intended, are going to sometimes have rough paths. There is no silk slippers to heaven. I like slippers, silk slippers from Thailand. I love them. I wear them in the bedroom, but they are not what I'll go to heaven with. It suddenly reminded me of what Moses said to the tribe of Asher. You know, when he was blessing the tribes, he blessed all the tribes, and the Lord decided what portions of land would be given unto them. And when it came to the tribe of Asher, something caught my attention that I remembered when I was preparing this yesterday. I'm going to turn your attention there. The book of Deuteronomy 33, verse 24 to 25. Asher is most blessed of sons. Let him be favored by his brothers, and let him dip his foot in oil. But then the next two lines caught my attention. Your sandals shall be iron and bronze, and your days, so shall your strength be. And the Lord was saying to me, tell my people that 2017 may have some rough patches. Don't worry, because I'm going to give them slippers of iron and bronze, like I gave to the tribe of Asher. You know why? Because when you're walking in mountainous, hilly regions that are very fertile, you need to walk up and down. You can't wear silk slippers. You got to have iron and bronze. You got to be hard. You got to push yourself more. And the Spirit of God is telling us, and the Lord is saying in 2017, upward, onward, don't stop. No time to give up. This is not a time to retreat. There is nothing called a retreat. In God's kingdom, we don't retreat. We move forward. We don't stop. We run. We run till we win. We run till we see the finished line. I still remember that Ghanaian man who ran the marathon, and he finished probably 3 to 4 hours later, or 2 hours later than everybody else, and everyone was like, why did you even bother? And you know what he said? My country sent me for the Olympics to finish the race. So I finished it. The Lord Jesus Christ has put you and me on this earth to finish the race. You better finish it. And you better finish it in good time. And better finish it well, in such a fashion that the Lord will be made proud as our Abba Father. So remember, God, you know, the last verse says, and your days, so shall your strength be. That means every day you will be strong. In 2017. I'm declaring that over here. Listen, this word is prophetic. If you're sitting here a story, you're not going to get one. Because this word is going to be something you're going to catch into your spirit and you're going to run with it. It's going to be like an Olympic torch that you pass on from one person to another, which cannot be put out until it blazes and keeps burning. So every day is going to be a day of strength. It means that every day, no matter how good or bad your days, you will still be strong. I remind you, the joy of the Lord is your strength. I remind you that you are not strong, not because you're not taking vitamins, it's because you lack joy. You're sorrowful, and nobody wants to be around you. Have you seen people? Watch who people go to. Who attracts attention? Not because they look good, but why? Joy. People who are full of joy and encouragement, people go to them fast. Why? The joy of the Lord is our strength, it's our secret. And the third thing that the Lord reminds me is, no matter the length of your days or how old you will become, your strength will never wane. You will continue to be strong and whole and mighty. Now you must believe this, I'll tell you why. Because we come from culture sometimes where we think by the time we reach the age of 60, we need a rocking chair and you need a stick. I don't know which culture you are coming from, but that's not my idea. Okay, because I remember Someone telling me, oh, so sweet to get married. You become each other's stick for the future. And I said, if I have a husband like that, I'm not going to be passing any stick to him. Because I expect him to be doing that for himself. He's supposed to be the stronger one, right? Men. Don't expect any such walking stick from me. Why? Because I'm going to be expected to walk on my 2 feet all the length of my days, because Moses climbed down the mountain and came down when he was, how old?
80.
Way below, way above 80. He started when he was 80. Come on, he was about 100, 220 years before he went away, and he was still going up mountains and coming down without any help. No one was carrying him in a wheelchair. So I declare to you that if you are weak and you have been weak in 2016, in 2017 you're going to be strong. Your knees are going to be strong. Your muscles and your bones are going to start working correctly. Your brain is going to start functioning correctly. Your thoughts are going to be aligned in accordance to the Word of God. And everything that the Lord has spoken over your life, you're going to believe it. And you're going to receive it. I mean, you're going to stop declaring failure over your own life. You're going to declare success. You're going to declare victory. And I'm declaring it over your life. All you have to do is believe it. Because God will do exactly what we believe. Now some of you may have walked from 2016 into 2017 with fears, with doubts, or you've had a difficult year. I understand difficult years. I get it. I get it. If you lose a loved one, it's a difficult time, and I get it. It's a time of grief, and we all go through seasons of life. I understand seasons of life. But I pray that in 2017, the Lord will heal you.
Amen.
The Lord will bind up your wounds.
Amen.
The Lord will make you whole.
Yes.
The Lord will increase you.
Amen.
The Lord will be your balm of Gilead over your soul and over your spirit. Your times of loneliness will be filled with times of joy in His presence.
Amen.
Because God can do that.
Yes.
He can be the best friend ever.
Yes.
Come on, David knew that. Have you ever sat in a cave for days together with 3,000 guys circling down looking to kill you? Anyone? Life is so easy for us. Then why are we surging ahead fast? You know, people tell me, I was reading through the book of Acts, and I was interested and intrigued every time I read through it. I'm in awe, I'm astounded. Why? They lived life in the miraculous every day. They didn't have a revival meeting, my friend. They weren't waiting for deliverance meetings and jazzy stuff. That's jazzy stuff. They're like once in a way birthday. Come on. These guys lived in the miraculous and walked in the miraculous every day.
Amen.
Yes. There were people, without these titles which sound so fancy, there were people who actually laid tables. Like Stephen, right?
Yes.
And Philip. These men laid tables, but they shook nations.
Yes.
They were, I mean, how many of us work in hotels here? Tell me, put your hands up, come on. You better put your hand up because I know you are. Now listen, if Stephen and Philip, who waited tables, shook nations, I'm going to ask you, what are you doing in your little kingdom? You know, a lot of people say, Lord, send me, Lord, send me. Where He sent you, you're at work for God's sake. That's your ministry area. What are you doing about it? If you're not going to do any ministry in your workplace, you think you see sending you to another nation, forget it. You can't get out of your own door, you're not going out of the country. Get out of your door first. Ring the neighbors' doorbells. Talk to them. Come on, women who sit at home, do that. Take a pot of tea, ring someone's doorbell and say, I'd love to spend some time with you. Come, let's talk. Nobody will say no. You know that? No one. Because people are lonely. They want someone to talk to. And if you can meet the need, like Jesus did, you can bring them in. The Lord has called us to be fishers of men, I remind you. I was looking at this word miracle. I was looking at the definition for the first time. And this is what it says: an extraordinary and welcome event that is not understood by natural or scientific laws, and is therefore attributed to a divine agency. Because nobody knows how it happened, in short. The long sentence means no one knows what happened. Something happened. That's a miracle. Now, in the book of Acts, I'm going to take you to the book of Acts. We're going to spend some time in the Word looking into it before we get into a time of prophetic prayer. Acts verse 15 and 16 records, people brought the sick into the streets and laid them on beds. Into the streets, that means on the road here. They laid them on beds and mats so that at least, Peter's shadow might fall on some of them as he passed by. What would fall?
Shadow.
Anointing oil?
Shadow.
No. Shadow. Remember, we carry His presence. Our shadow is holy.
Amen. Amen.
If you're not carrying His presence, your shadow is not holy.
Yes.
The same opposite applies. Gathered also from the towns around Jerusalem, bringing their sick and those tormented by impure spirits, and all of them were healed. I can't hear you.
Healed.
Only to the side of the wig. What happened to all of them?
Healed.
All of them. Wow.
Amen.
I want to do that.
Praise God. Amen.
I don't know about you. You're probably just happy going to work and coming back and cooking some meals and looking after your kids. Great, wonderful. I also have kids and a husband and a job and everything else that goes with it. No big deal. But there's something more. There's something more. See, David always said there was something more. He'd always pressing for more. He was not content being the king and having all the beautiful cash and all these gorgeous women around him and going wrong sometimes and all over the place, but still coming back all the time to God. Never content. Never thinking he made it. Because none of us have made it. And we're not going to make it to reach heaven. We're in process. But while we're in process, we've got to do certain things that we're put here for. And we must do that. When's the last time our shadow fell on someone and they got healed? Give me the date, the time. When's the last time that happened? I want it to happen in 2017.
Amen.
And if you want to happen, we're going to pray like that.
Yes.
We're going to say, we want to see the greatness of the Lord in our generation.
Yes.
Listen, everyone tells me that every generation is getting smarter. A whole load of humbug. Only technology is getting better. Don't fool yourself. You're not any smarter than your earlier generation, sweetheart. You just have more knowledge. You know why I'm saying that? I'm saying that with a lot of boldness in this place because the Spirit of God was saying that to me. It's not true, Arlene. When did Acts of the Apostles happen? How many generations ago was that? You think they were missing it? No, my friend, we are missing it.
Yes.
Because we're so full of knowledge, we lack the power.
Yes.
Your head is so big, you think you know so much, whatever, you're no value in the kingdom. Apart from playing quizzes and Bible quizzes, you know nothing more than that. And that doesn't impress even the devil.
No.
The book of Acts chapter 19 verse 11 and 12 says, God did extraordinary miracles through Paul, so that even handkerchiefs
Yes.
and aprons that had touched him, not that he touched, that touched him, were taken to the sick and their illnesses were cured and the evil spirits left them.
Yes.
That means, actually, Paul did nothing. All he did was walk. He was just walking. And everyone's desperate to touch him. Because you know why? Everyone's desperate to touch a piece of God. And if they can see a piece of God in you, they will touch you.
Amen. Amen.
There is no point of them touching us if we don't have the power.
Yes.
No.
It's only a human touch. It means nothing. Human touch heals. It is a proven fact that human touch heals. And whenever I see an orphan child, the first thing I do is go and hug them for a long time. Because they have not been hugged. They were caretakers, but no lovers. There were no mummies, no daddies. Because the sweetest thing you can do to your child when they're little is to hug them and hold them and comfort them. And they've never had that because human touch heals. But greater than the human touch is the touch of the Lord and the Spirit of God and His anointing. Something abundant happens that doesn't happen with just a human touch. And so you and I are going to go in 2017 away from a human touch into a spiritual touch. Where we're going to move people to come and see God with our lives, with our lifestyles, with our persona, with our personality, with our character, not the lack of it. They always say there are two places you can test a man. in his home and in his workplace. And if you're shabby in your workplace and people have a bad reputation of you, God will never touch you. You're of no value to him. And if you're a home disaster, God will still never touch you. You will only go that much. You think you're good, but you're not going anywhere. If the workplace calls you a liar, God will not touch you. If the workplace says that you are a man who cuts deals under the table, the Lord will not touch you. Because Jacob the deceiver had to become Israel before God touched him. So you better change in 2017 or you have no hope. No hope with God. You can fool everybody, but we can never fool the Spirit of God.
Yes.
The fear of the Lord has to set over the people of God so we get right with God. Because if you don't get right with God and God's people, He won't touch you. You can call yourself anointed and appointed. It is only you fooling yourself. It is your own calling, my friend. You are not getting anywhere. But I want you to get somewhere. I want you to go beyond the normal. Because the corporate world should not get into the church. The church is the government, my friend. The church is the governing body.
Yes.
I remind you, for unto us a child was born, unto us a son was given, and the government will rest upon his shoulders. And his name will be called Wonderful Counselor, Mighty God, Everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. And to that government there will be no end. I belong to that government.
Yes.
That means I rule. And you rule. We're the ruling party. We decide.
Amen.
Look what happened in America. The church awoke.
Yeah.
The church awoke and put their vote. They were sleeping. When we were in the US, we were concerned, my husband and myself. We talked to everybody we could talk. Every youth we talked to. Every church we talked to. Go. Come on, God has given you a vote. Make it count. Bring the right man to power. Don't sit and say, I don't know. Women's rights. What women's rights? They're only biblical rights. There's nothing but women's rights. So don't fool ourselves. I'm a woman, so I can say it very boldly. We don't have to fight for rights.
No.
We just need to know where we stand.
Hallelujah.
Yes.
And as long as you know where you stand, you will have a man in your life who will respect where you stand. He will see the presence of God in you. He will respect you for that. He will never, ever dare harm you. So I pray that our women's thinking will change because it's time. We can't go the world system. You see, the problem is we head out to the west and we see a huge churches. They look magnificent. I mean, seriously. I mean, they're better than football stadiums. There are more people who come to these churches than football stadiums. They have lights and glamour. You won't believe it. But it was so interesting because when we were looking at which church Judah will go to, where he's in Houston, there are these huge, humongous churches. And we know these people personally, and they wanted to mentor Judah. They had to have Judah with them. They were telling me in advance, send Judah here. We will mentor him with the worship team. The team is huge. Look, there are television everywhere. It's great, wonderful, good stuff. And Judah says something sweet in my ear. Mom, the word that they're talking, I heard that in Little Angel School.
Amen.
I can't go there.
Amen.
Mom, pray that God will send me to a church where the word will be strong, that I will continue.
Yes.
Amen.
Yes.
So that's what his father's going to do when he's there. He's going to find him that place
Yes.
where he will continue to grow in God and not stagnate. He's concerned. He's concerned that AGC messages won't go up fast enough for him to hear them. Yeah. Look at all his concerns. He had all these concerns before he left. Good concerns to him. I'm so glad he had those concerns. He wasn't to bother what he's going to wear and what he's going to do. And he's no concerned about where I'm going to go to church. What am I going to do? When will I worship? What will happen? His focus and attention was that, and I'm just grateful. You know, I love to believe that we're still living the book of Acts today, that means you and I are going to do great things.
Amen.
This year, you and I are going to do great things.
Amen.
But there's a bit of a secret that I kept digging into. Everywhere I looked, this is what I found. So I want to just go into that now. What was different then? There was only one resounding word constantly. Everywhere in the book of Acts, one resounding word over and over and over again. Every single one of them were prayer warriors.
Amen.
Every single one of them was given to prayer.
Yes.
Hallelujah.
And I'll prove that to you from the Word. See, listen, prayer is the only thing that can move the heart of God.
Amen.
And so if you're going to get bored talking to God, then you have no hope, because that's the only source.
Yes.
So it's good to get acquainted with Him. Like He says, get acquainted with me.
Yes.
Reason with me. Talk to me. Talk to me. You know, to Him you can tell Him anything. Sometimes people think prayer means you got to do it in a particular way. You know, when I come from a different background, and from that background I had to read this book which tells you what prayers to say. And I knew them all by heart. I had to say them backward, forward, all sides. You're getting bored after a while, right? It meant nothing. But the time of prayer is just Him and me alone. So it doesn't need to be, it's not a place. It's a time. It's an essence. It's a moment. It's not always long. It's all the time. It's just constantly being in touch with the Father. It's just knowing the source. See, the easiest person to learn this from, if you ever want to learn this, is to come home and learn it from my dog. If I'm ever at home, he will come running and sit under my chair. His head is under my chair. He won't move. Anybody can call him, he won't move. He's not even hungry when he's under my chair. And if I don't eat breakfast that day, he will not eat breakfast. He won't eat. And if I fast, he'll starve. He sits there because his source of love and comfort comes from there. He knows it. So he's always there. If we can only learn what an animal knows instinctively, that our source is only the master, we'll catch a hold of God faster and stay there and find joy in His presence alone. And the excitement of spending time with Him that will not be covered with any entertainment.
Yes.
I'm not against entertainment. I love good stuff. I'm brought up that way. But I know where the best stuff is. And I don't want to lose track of that. If you turn with me to Acts chapter 9, verse 10 to 12. It says, now there was a certain disciple at Damascus named Ananias, and to him the Lord said in a vision, Ananias, and he said, here I am, Lord. So the Lord said to him, arise and go to the street called Straight, and inquire at the house of Judas for one called Saul of Tarsus. For behold, he is praying, and in a vision he has seen a man named Ananias coming in and putting his hand on him so that he might receive his sight. Saw this in the vision. Interesting. I remind you that before this, Saul did not eat or drink for 3 days.
Yes.
He could not see. And I don't believe at any point of time his prayer was, God, why did you put me in this? I've done, I'm such a good man. Nothing. His prayer probably would have been, now, what do you want from me, Lord? What should I do?
Yes.
So we need to ask God the right questions if you want the right answers.
Yes.
The problem is half the time we ask the rubbish questions. You ask rhetorical questions and you answer it for yourself. Try asking God a question sometime. Get a good answer. You'll be so clear, so precise,
Yes.
you won't miss it.
Yes.
Look how he describes it, okay? Now imagine Saul who became Paul. I was just thinking for a moment just now. Imagine Saul who became Paul, living in today's society in the Western world, or any world. I mean, he'd be godly, all days. He'd be writing best-selling books. He'd become a best-selling author. He'd be paid dollars all over the place just to come and lay his hands somewhere and do this and give that. All these kind of things that happen in the Christian world today. Give me this and prayer and I'll give you this much money. Rubbish. Don't believe all that. Freely he has given.
Amen.
Freely anointing is given, my friend. You don't need to pay for it.
No.
In Amazing Grace, we don't pay to baptize people. We don't pay for anointing. We don't pay for all this. I mean, you're so spoiled. You don't even pay for your snack. You want a snack, but you don't want to pay for it. You're so spoiled. Chris is so happy now. But you know what? In his house, in the Father's house, anointing is freely given. It is just a result of spending time with the Father.
Yes.
That's it. And Paul wasn't interested in being famous. Paul was already famous, come on. Couldn't get more famous than Paul was at that time. He was what he looked like. You know that the Bible records that David was handsome, remember? The Bible does not record that Paul was handsome. So what was attracting everyone's attention? The presence of God in him.
Yes.
Nothing else.
Amen.
You don't have to look good, my friend. How we look is just a product of how daddy and mommy look. Don't worry. Be the best version of yourself. I'm telling you, everyone's a superstar.
Amen.
It's all in the mind.
Amen.
Why would Jerry Hall marry Mick Jagger? Come on. Think about it. It's all here. Nothing to do with how you look. Nothing. All to do with what's inside.
Amen.
That's it.
Amen.
If what's inside is clean and pure, the Lord will come in.
Amen.
The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. The knowledge of the Holy One is understanding. If you lack the fear of God, we have nothing. If we have the fear of God, we have all things. You're going to say, but I fear God. I come every Friday to church. That's a fear of God. No. You don't understand fear of God. If you fear God, you won't do wrong. If you fear God, you won't sin all the time. If you fear God, you won't keep gossiping about everybody. If you fear God, you won't slander everybody and say, come, I'll tell you something about Mr. A, B, and C. If you say all these things, you don't fear God. You're fooling yourself. Stop it. 2017 is a year of change. Use your mouth correctly. Get your heart in order, or God will not move with you. You're going to think it's wonderful. You're only on the outer coat, my friend. You're not getting in. You won't get in. The inner places are secured for those who are willing to empty themselves of themselves and get in with God. It's not for everybody. That's why I told you, what I'm going to speak this morning will not be for everybody. But if it's somebody, that's good. Whoever catches a hold of it will get it. And in 2017, at the end, we'll see who catches a hold of it. Because all these things will happen.
Amen.
You will see it.
Amen.
And we will thank the Lord that we walked in His statutes
Amen.
and followed His decrees and His laws. Then we will say,
Yes.
Amen.
it's interesting that, the Lord actually said to Ananias in Acts 9:16, I will show him. He's talking about Paul. He's saying, I will show him how much he must suffer for my name. The Lord will show us the year ahead. The Lord is going to show you what 2017 is going to look like. 2017 is going to be a year of change.
Amen.
Good change, good change. Change is always good. I love change. It's good.
Amen.
It's not a bad thing. It's always from glory to glory and strength to strength when you're in the Lord. It's never a downturn. Don't worry about it. You'll take care of it.
Amen.
It's going to be a year of increase over your life.
Amen.
It's going to be a year of great increase over your life. People who are living in debts, your debts are going to get canceled.
Amen. Amen.
Now listen to me. Some of you have made wrong decisions in 2016. I want you to know the sowing and reaping principle works both ways. I don't want you to get fooled. I don't want to lie to you. I'm not ignorant of His word or His ways. If you have sown wrong in 2016, the reaping will occur. Listen to me. Because everything we buy, we pay for. Okay? But I want you to get on your knees and seek God. Because David, when he messed up with Bathsheba, he produced a dead son. He had to reap death. And so if you sow death, you will reap death. There's no way out of that one. But do what David did. Get on your knees, supplicate before the Lord. Make peace with God. Make peace with God. Make peace with God's people. If you don't do that, 2017 will not be the way the Lord wants it to be for you. So I'm going to encourage you this morning. You and I are going to make some decisions this morning. We're not going to get out of this place the same way we came in. We can't. Because the Lord's going to shake some things up this year. For the better. Not to destroy you, to build you. A father never destroys, he builds. But he also has a stick and he uses it when he needs to. A good father does that. You know whose children are well disciplined because daddy and mommy did a good job. How do you know that? Because you can see it. When they're outside, if they misbehave, you know. Right? Same way, our Heavenly Father disciplines us alone. So when we're outside, we don't become a nuisance to His name. So Some of us He's going to discipline. It's going to seem harsh. But He loves us. He's not going to leave you. He's not going to forsake you. No way. He won't. He's love. He's in love.
Amen.
Settle that in your mind.
Amen.
He sent His only Son.
Yes. Amen.
Now I come back to the book of Acts chapter 10. At the same time Cornelius is praying, a little after that Peter's praying. See, they're all praying. And during this time of prayer, the Lord is talking to them. There was a certain man in Caesarea called Cornelius, a centurion of the band called the Italian band, a devout man. See how the Bible describes him? A devout man. He's a holy man. And one that feared God. See who God touched? Somebody who feared Him. It's recorded there. I remind you. With all his house, which gave much alms to the poor, so he was a generous man, he was not stingy, and prayed to God always. He saw in a vision, evidently about the 9th hour of the day, an angel of God coming to him and saying unto him, Cornelius. And when he looked on him, he was afraid and said, What is it, Lord? And he said unto him, Thy prayers and thy alms are coming up for a memorial before God. And now send men to Joppa, and call for one Simon, whose surname is Peter. I mean, come on, look. He's not saying go call Simon. He's saying go to Joppa. You will meet a man called Simon.
Yes.
His surname is Peter. Look how direct God is. I mean, how clear and precise His directions are. He's not confused, my friend. And if you're confused, it's because you're not spending time with Him.
Yes.
He lodged with one Simon, who's a tanner. Now, why did he tell him Simon Peter? Because there were two Simons in that house. It was Simon the tanner's house, and Simon Peter was there.
Yes.
Whose house is by the seaside. He shall tell thee what thou ought to do. At the same time, Peter's up on the terrace praying. He's hungry, they're preparing some food for him, the Bible records. And during this time, he falls into a trance where he sees the vision. It's interesting what the Lord says to him. While Peter thought on the vision, the Spirit said unto him, Behold, 3 men seek thee. Go with them, for I have sent them. Look, 3 men are, you don't think some men. 3 men are coming, go with them. Clear directions on what must be done. And then Cornelius tells something interesting later on when they meet. He says, 4 days ago I was fasting until this hour, on the 9th I prayed in my house, and behold, a man stood before me. And he goes and talks about the whole thing that happens. The point that I'm trying to make is, God is precise. He will give you, listen, in 2017, God is going to give you a direction like you've never had before. You're going to be so clear in what you need to do. You're going to be so clear in which job you must pick up. You're going to be so clear on whom you should marry. You're going to be so clear on which house you need to move into. You're going to be so clear in which sense of timing it should be, which date and where, because the Lord decides where we should live. Do you know that? It's so good. The Lord decides where I should live. All I need to do is find the spot. And if I spend time with Him, He'll show me the spot. He'll point it out. So easy. It's better than Google Maps.
Amen.
He beats it all. His Spirit beats everything. I mean, listen. How many guys today have you heard of who are in prison who angels go to rescue? High security prisons, earthquakes send, angels rescue. They were praying in the temple, they were praying in the street, they were praying in their houses. Peter was praying, Paul was praying, Cornelius was praying. Everybody was just praying. What are we doing? I'm not talking about your 1-minute prayers, thank you Lord for the morning and the night, thank you Lord for the night and the afternoon, thank you Lord for the food. I mean, that's too. That's like 1-year-olds do that. Come on. My mom taught me to do that when I was just starting to speak. They didn't know the Lord. So 2017, our increase in harvest will not come until we learn to pray.
Amen.
And if you're not given to prayer, you don't enjoy it, you better learn.
Amen.
Because you're not going to see any of these things happen until we do that. Because there's no connect with God in any other fashion.
Yes.
Don't run from one meeting to another, my friend. You're just wasting, you're a time waster. You're not getting anything. You are only getting stuff that somebody else is blessed with. You are not hearing from God. Now that doesn't mean you don't show up in church because you're hearing from God. You're also smart, you can not show up next Friday and say, I'm just hearing from God. Like some of you were missing on 30th and hearing from God. I never heard anything. We will not stop as a church fasting and praying. We will not stop it. We will never stop it.
Hallelujah.
We have started it and we will never stop.
Amen. Amen.
And if you don't like the program, it is going to be left out. If you cannot get into your own house to pray, and you see a Dubai prayer and you're going there, you make me laugh. You can't pray in your own house, you're going to a Dubai prayer. Get on your knees where you are called to.
Hallelujah.
Don't aim to be seen in the right places, my friend. It doesn't impress God. I like what Priya said, you can't impress God. Don't even try. You need to do what He calls you to do. That's it. If it's a time of prayer, you get there. You find a way, you get there.
Yes.
Our times alone with God are precious times. Don't miss them. Don't miss them. You're going to say, I'm a very busy person, Arlene. You don't know. Everybody has only 24 hours in the day, my friends. In the day of the Paul, Peter, and Silas, they are only 24 hours. And look what they did. Show me what you're doing. The talk doesn't have the power. The walk with Him has the power. Every time through the book of Acts, I kept seeing this word, and God spoke to them, and the Holy Spirit said, and the vision came. Every time you're speaking to them, what is the Lord speaking to us this morning? What's He saying to us? I believe that the same intensity of prayer that they had will bring the same amount of power back to the church. You're not listening to me.
Hallelujah.
I'm going to repeat it again.
Amen.
I believe
Amen.
the same intensity
Amen.
of prayer that the Acts of the Apostles had
Amen.
will bring about the same anointing of the Lord in your life and my life. That when you and I start spending that kind of time with God, with intense supplication,
Amen.
you know what's intense supplication? Not speaking under your breath. Cry unto God.
Amen.
When we start to do that, church, we will see an intense presence of God in 2017
Amen.
like we have never seen it before. I'm telling you, those of you who come here for a 9 o'clock service at 9:30, you're not going to have room to sit.
Hallelujah. Amen.
I'm telling you that.
Amen.
2017.
Amen.
If we will do that as a church, that's what we will see.
Amen.
And if you come after 9 o'clock here because you're used to coming late and you're content with yourself, fabulous. But I'm going to tell you something. When the Spirit of God is moving, the bystanders and the people from hospitals are going to get you faster than you, and you're going to be out of the door, waiting to come in, and it's going to be locked.
Amen.
Because there's going to be no space for you. There's going to be no space to sit. There's going to be no space to stand. I don't know if you believe it. Do you believe that?
Yes.
How do you guys believe that? I genuinely believe that. I believe that. I believe anything is possible.
Amen.
I believe that if you're willing to go the extra mile, God will go the extra mile with
Amen.
us.
Amen.
I believe that if we draw nigh unto Him, He will draw nigh to
Amen.
us.
Yes. Amen.
But if you are content where you are, stay, my friend.
Yes.
Because none of us will move you. Because we are going to be running so far ahead. You're going to have to catch up with us. Like Peter, who had to pass by and they just had to touch Him. I'm telling you, there are people in this room just now who are going to change the world. You must believe that. See, I'm not asking you where you come from. I'm not asking you what your citizenship is. I'm not asking you how you look. I'm not asking you how tall you are. I'm not asking you your education level. I'm not asking you that. I'm asking you your standing with God. Because when I meet a man and I see his heart, I know he's standing with God. He has nothing to say to me. For a lot of us, this year is going to be a grow-up year. It's going to be a growing up year. And growing up can be painful. Have you seen a little baby? Do you know when babies grow, they grow in their sleep, right? And sometimes it's painful for them. You don't understand it. They say when the child hiccups, when the child is little and hiccups all the time, it's because the eustachian tube is growing. There are different things happening in the body. There are times of change. There are times of a little bout of pain. It will take place, but the child must grow. And the mama says, oh, no, I don't want my child to go through any pain. Child will never grow. So 2017 is going to be a year of grow up time.
Amen. Amen.
It's going to be a time when you're going to learn to forget yourself, and you're going to look beyond your nose and start to look at somebody else. 2017 is going to be a time when you're going to stop coming alone in your car and being satisfied with your car space. You know, some of you are so selfish, you don't want to pick anybody up. You're so petty. You want to come on your own. You can't pick anybody up, it's too much work. Really? How are you going to reach the days of acts of the apostles? They didn't have cars. Gosh. You know what, I went to Gujarat several years ago, and I wish I could take some of you, and some of us, the women, have been there. My precious husband and some of the men have been there. You know, when you have these women's meetings there, the first time I went there, I just wept. I just could not believe it. I could not believe what I saw. This is what I saw. No cars, no buses, trucks, open trucks. Women are standing and holding these trucks, and they're full of women. All standing, come from God knows where for hours together to come for the meeting. And the truck opens out and the cartload comes off. And the next truck comes in and the cartload comes up. The next truck. And you know, it was a full day meeting, and these women were sitting on the floor, no chairs, and they had babies, lots of them. No babies were running around. There was no little angel school. All their babies were sitting with them. Every single one of them. Everyone who went there will testify on this. And the first time, and we were tired. I was tired the first time I went there. I remember we reached in the night, early morning at the meeting, and I was just tired physically. But the minute I turned and I looked at these started of women coming from miles together standing, I wept. I felt useless. And I just sat that whole morning because there were two speakers speaking before me. And it reached a point of time, it started about 9:30 for devotion. Devotion was long, my friend, no one was stopping them. There's no time for worship and all. They're just very happy, they forget everything. They don't even care for food, water, they don't know the children, no one's looking down at the children are there, go on. The children are all there though, no one's moving. And worship goes on and on. And these speakers are speaking, these two women, and I'm the third speaker, and I'm sitting over there and I'm thinking, it's coming to 12 in the afternoon, and these poor women, they must be hungry, right? They must be exhausted, and I'm sure they don't want to hear the third speaker. My small thinking. I sat down there and I was just going to tell the organizer, I think we should stop now and give him a break. Till two of these women sitting next to me, these two village women, Christian women, farmers' wives, they heard me and they were translating. And they said, no, we waited all morning to hear you. How can you not speak? And I said, look, they must be hungry. She said, nobody will move even if you talk at 10 in the night. They came all the way here to hear you. They will not go. You must speak. I was so humbled to hear that. I'd never seen that before. Because you're all so proper, in the city, you're so proper. You're so proper, we miss God. I pray that we won't miss God. I'm just thinking what would happen to Elijah. When he went up to pray and he was asking for rain. Remember that?
Yes.
Rain was stopped and then he wanted rain.
Yes.
What did he do? He prayed. The Bible records that he went with his face between his knees.
Yes.
And he prayed.
Yes.
And he earnestly sought the Lord. And he told his servant, go and see if there's any sign of rain.
Yes.
And he told the servant 7 times. Imagine if he stopped praying after 5th time.
Come on.
Some of us don't get our miracles because after 2nd time we're so tired.
Yes.
You cannot pray. You have to watch the TV serial.
Jesus.
Or you have to listen to your music. Or you have to do your thing. Your thing. You're doing so many of your things that there's no time for God's things. When Elijah had his mind focused. Now you're going to say, but Elijah, he had no work to do. Really? God always catches men in the midst of their work. He doesn't like lazy men, you know that? Have you ever seen any scripture you found a lazy man who was doing nothing and sleeping on his bed and chewing his tobacco? Or reading his newspaper from morning to night, or watching TV serials, or... No! Every single man and woman he caught were busy. He likes busy guys. He likes guys who are hardworking. He doesn't like lazy lots. He likes diligent people. That's why he said the diligent will be made fat, will be made rich. Not everybody. Not just because you go to a job and get rich. No. The diligent, the extra mile goers, they get rich. As his remnant, I believe that this year we'll get stuck with God. You believe you are his remnant?
Yes.
How many of us believe you are his remnant?
Yes.
We are his remnant. Every single one of us is his child. We are his remnant. We are very special to him. In fact, we don't realize how special we are. You are so abundantly special that you are on his mind all the time. Imagine what would happen if he was on my mind all the time. That's the only thing that needs to change, my friend. Is what I'm spending my mind on and what you're spending your mind on. Because only those people become history changers. The rest become geography movers. Maintenance guys. Maintenance guys don't get paid a lot of cash. Daniel was a man who knew the times and the seasons. He knew. And I was looking back at the book of Daniel. And I was looking at this verse that talks about Daniel was reading through the book of Jeremiah. And he was understanding the times and the seasons, and he knew that the time of exile was over.
Yes.
And but the interesting thing about, if I was reading a book and I knew that, my God, exile is going to be over, and the people are going to be released, and God is going to come and do a mighty thing among us. So I said, yeah! But Daniel didn't do that. It's interesting what Daniel did. I'll just take you to that one scripture. It is in the book of Daniel 9, 2 and 3, where he talks about what he did. I, Daniel, understood by books the number of the years whereof the word of the Lord came to Jeremiah the prophet, that he would accomplish 70 years in the desolations of Jerusalem. And look what he does next. And I set my face unto the Lord God to seek by prayer and supplications with fasting and sackcloth and ashes. He knew that will not happen till he does this. He knew that until he gets down on his knees and supplicates before the Lord, redemption will not come. Because it's interesting what the book of Jeremiah says.
Yes, Lord.
Jeremiah 29, 12 to 14, that same chapter of Jeremiah that he was going through, where Jeremiah talks about these 70 years, in Jeremiah 29, 10 to 11. The next verse after that gives the secret. Then he shall call upon me, and he shall go and pray unto me, and I will hearken unto you. And ye shall seek me and find me when ye shall search for me with all your heart. And I will be found of you, saith the Lord, and I will turn away your captivity.
Yes.
I believe the Lord is turning us into a remnant that he speaks about in the book of Isaiah, which is a travailing woman. Not just a good woman, a good-looking woman, a travailing woman. And the woman referred to here doesn't mean only your wife sit and pray and husbands go out and party. The woman referred to here in the book of Revelations or the book of Isaiah is the church.
Yes.
It's referred to as a woman. Isaiah 26:17 says, like as a woman with child that draweth near the time for delivery, is in pain and crieth out in her pangs, so have we been in thy sight, O Lord.
Amen.
Who will not stop till she delivers what God wants her to deliver.
Amen. Amen.
And if you've ever been in a room where a woman has delivered, you will know that it comes with a lot of pain.
Yes.
It's not easy. So prayer life in 2017 is going to be challenged because it's not going to be easy. Which means it's not going to be easy for you to get from the outer court to the inner court to the inner sanctuary of the Lord. You're going to have to dig deeper in 2017. You can't make it that easy, my friend. You're going to have to go beyond one song and thank you, Jesus, and that's the end of the story. It's not going to work. It's going to have to become like a travailing woman before you and I see the harvest. We will see harvest. But I remind you that for harvest to come, the seed has to be sown.
Hallelujah.
And if you have not sown seed in prayer, you will not harvest anything.
Yes.
But if you have sown in prayer, we will harvest in 2017 in abundance.
Amen. Amen.
And if you're not someone giving to praying, I'm going to encourage you in 2017. Start.
Amen.
Start.
Amen.
Start fasting and praying. It's good for the body.
Amen.
It's good for the soul.
Amen.
It'll do well with you.
Amen.
You're going to say, I don't like it, my friend. What makes you think I do? My house serves good food. Where your house serves good food is more difficult to fast. When you don't know how to cook, it's easier to fast. Because no one loves to eat your food anyway. I'm going to encourage women in 2017, learn to cook. I'm going to encourage, you know why? Because whether you like it or not, men love good food. But forget men, I love good food. We all love good food. My dog loves good food. So women, get a little creative in your house.
Yes.
And men, get a little creative with your marriages.
Amen.
So you keep your wives happy enough that they want to do something a little extra for you.
Amen.
It works both ways, yeah?
Amen.
So don't get so excited, I'm only talking to the women, I'm talking to the men first.
Amen.
God is a good God.
Amen.
See, when God sees us, He expects the best from us. We are His sons and daughters. I expect the best from my sons. I expect no less. And you know, there are times that they get upset with me while they're growing up. And they used to tell me, but all the other parents are saying, okay, how come you're saying no? I said, all the other parents, I don't care. This is my territory. In this territory, this works this way, darling. Okay? But the neighbor's kid, I'll tell him, are you going to tell my sons 10 years later, let's see what the neighbors will become. But you, my son, you have a destiny.
Amen.
I'm not going to let you spoil it. So this is how you will walk. And if everybody else is going this way, let them go. You will not go. The same way, the Spirit of God is saying to us because we are His sons and daughters. I don't care what they are doing. I care what you are doing. Because you're mine. I've called you by my name. And so I expect you to walk in my ways. I don't care for the neighbor's kids. Look what I'm going to make of you. You're mine.
Thank you, Daddy.
Harvest is going to come. For some of us, harvest will be like John 12:24 says. Very truly I tell you, unless the kernel of wheat falls to the ground and dies, it remains only a single seed. But if it dies, it produces many seeds. Some of us are going to have to die this year. We have never died to self. It's difficult. Come on. Easy to kill everybody else. Die to self? Nah. Tough work. Because you know why? First you have to be honest with self. And most people are dishonest. They can see everyone's issues but their own. They look glam, everybody else looks dirty. Right? That's everyone's problem. But you see, the problem with God is He doesn't take all these excuses. You can't make these excuses. Try getting on your knees and telling Him all this stuff. You tell me, let's talk about you. You get it right. You get it right, you cleanse your heart, you cleanse your life, you cleanse your mouth, you cleanse your thinking, then you talk to me. And so for a lot of us and all of us in many realms, we're going to have to die. If you've got huge egos, kill them. You haven't got far in life, my friend. Your ego has kept you down. That ugly little head of Leviathan, destroy it. Destroy it. You're going to say, but I'm very humble. The very fact that you say you're humble means you're proud. You know, somebody went up to a beauty contest and this is what they said. Tell us something wonderful about yourself. He said, I'm a very humble man. I was like, Is that it? That's it? Did it? Lost it. Come on. You can't fool many people. The Spirit of God is speaking to you. You know exactly where you are. You're uncomfortable at the moment. Wherever you're uncomfortable is where He's like, move. It's for you. That's what He does to me. I don't know about you. I love the Word. You know, in all my years of working with God, there's not one time when the Word is offended. Never. I love it. I wait. I long for the Word. Wherever I go in the world, I will not be disturbed reading the Word. If my sons were little, you would never see my sons running around in church. You have known my sons from the day they were born. Did you see that? Partying around, running around doing the Word? No way. During worship? No way. They know what will happen when they get home. They were so well done. I'm telling you the truth. They know what will happen when they get home. All I had to say to them, when they were ready to move and fidget, if you make a mistake of moving out of the seat, when we go home, we won't be having a nice conversation. There was not going to happen to beat you or something. Nothing. Conversation. The conversation was going to be tough. But they didn't want that. Throughout their school life, and Judah, Benjamin included, this is the conversation. We don't sit with them like struggle with them from morning to night, they study, every time they have exams, you're having exams. We don't do all that stuff, guys. Come on. We just told them one thing. You come to us when you're stuck, we'll teach you. If you need help, we'll get help from someone else if you need it. But you're on your own practically, so you better get it right. If your A plus or A drops to B, or C, D, B, we're going to have a conversation. So you work on it. They don't want to have the conversation. And God is having conversations with us today that we are not enjoying. It's okay. Because it's time to change. It's time for harvest. It's time for growth. It's time to plow the ground, sow the seed, water it right at the right times, in the right seasons, with the right words that we speak. You know, some of us have destroyed our 2016 because you've got such big mouths. It can't be shut. You just don't know how to shut. It's difficult for you. Nobody can keep you quiet. You're just like a verbal diarrhea. And of no value to anybody. And for some of us, this year is going to be that kind of year when your words are going to have to change. Proverbs 18:20 says that, from the fruit of thy mouths, people's stomachs are filled. With the harvest of their lips, they will be satisfied. I pray that if you want your harvest to be good this year, have a good mouth.
Amen.
Cleanse your mouth with the laundress soap, with the word of God, with the presence of God. Cleanse it. Ask God, Lord, heal me from my bad mouth. Some of you use bad language at home. How do I know? Because your sons use it here. And your daughters use it, so I know. It comes from home. Stop it. Some of you talk so badly to each other at home, husbands, wives. Stop it. How do I know that? I don't know it. The Spirit of God knows it. You know it. Stop it. Doesn't please God. You look holy here and you're unholy there. It's not matching. Our walk and our talk isn't going right. Let's get right. Marriages get right in 2017. Let's not pretend with God. Children get right. Children of age, where you're living with your parents, remember there is only one law that governs your house. It's your parents and it's not yours. The faster you learn it, life will be easier for you. As long as you're in their house, you follow the law. As long as you're in God's house, you follow His laws.
Amen.
If you want to rebel and get out of God's house, you can do your own thing, but then you'll struggle for the rest of your life. So children growing up, I remind you, irrespective of age, don't think you become too big. You're never old enough to respect. Follow the law of the Lord. You won't go wrong.
Amen.
Honor your parents. It'll go well with you all the days of your life.
Amen.
Just because you're earning some cash now doesn't make you big. You just started. Come on, they paid you all your bills for all this time. Benjamin told me 2017 is going to be so good for me, Mama. You're going to keep paying all my bills. Yes, darling, then the day is going to come when you're going to pay your own bills. Get ready. Why? Because all our shoulders get broad enough. So for some point in time, we got to look after everything, right? So remember, our biggest harvest in 2017 is going to be souls.
Amen. Amen.
We're all going to make only one cry. What's our cry? Very few understand. If you don't wise, you're saying win souls. That means the opposite is true. That means you're foolish if you don't win souls. I know it sounds bad, but that's scripture.
Yes.
Wise is a man who wins souls. Foolish is a woman or a man who wins no souls. He's fruitless and useless. But 2017 will not be fruitless and useless.
Hallelujah.
Because you're going to look beyond yourself, you're going to seek the face of the Lord, and I'm going to seek the face of the Lord, and the Lord is going to do awesome things with us.
Amen.
Wonderful, glorious, awesome things that you and I have not yet experienced or seen. There will be none sick among us, none feeble among us.
Amen.
You must believe that. There will be none sick among us. There will be none feeble among us. There will be none depressed among us. There will be none of us who are out of sync with God. We'll get to the program. It's time to get to the program. Get to the program.
Yes. Amen.
If God is moving the church in one direction, you better go with it, or else you're going to become like a Korah, who's going to be rebellious. The Lord will open up that ground and swallow you up. Get it right, my friend. He has not changed. You better get it right. Get with the program. Get with God.
Amen.
If He's moving us as a church, you better move with us.
Amen.
When Moses moved, the tabernacle moved. They didn't say, I like this place, I want to stay here only. They all moved.
Amen.
So we move.
Amen.
When there's a time for corporate something, move.
Hallelujah.
Do it.
Amen.
I don't feel like doesn't apply. It means you're not in the program. You're not in the camp. You're not in the same church. You're in some other place. You're not here. Half-hearted. You're going to stop half-hearted, church. You're going to stop half-hearted. Every Paul, every Silas, every Peter, they were counting cost. You think they just walked like that? No, my friend, they counted cost. Today you choose whether you want to show up or not. You think you're very smart. They didn't think they were very smart, my friend. They humbled themselves before God. And He said, you do it, you do it. That's it. And then, God blesses it.
Amen.
They counted the cost. The cost was there to forget themselves, die to self, give up me, myself, and run after God. Are you ready?
Yes.
Who's ready? Anyone?
Amen.
Be careful, think, because I'm going to speak over your life.
Amen.
And what you're saying yes to is going to happen for us this year. And there's harvest of souls and harvest of everything else is falling. And you're going to say, I came this morning hoping that Arlene will tell me I'm going to get a harvest of money. Money is going to chase you, my friend.
Hallelujah.
You won't be able to contain it.
Amen.
Givers are receivers. That's a secret.
Amen.
The ones who have the most, the ones who gave the most.
Amen.
Not just money. Because I find that the easiest to give. But time, effort, prayer, energy, that's tough.
Hallelujah.
That means giving of myself. Right? But we're all going to do that. Our fight is not against flesh and blood. It's against principalities and power of darkness and rulers and spiritual wickedness in high places that are going to get destroyed and pulled down in the name of Jesus. There is no greater name, there is no greater power, there is no other authority that we require except the name of Jesus. And this morning we're going to call on that name and we're going to seek the face of the Lord.